All right, peeps, we are going to try out this new jam. It is going to be just getting used to what we're playing, what we're listening to, what we're hearing. Not so much structure yet, but we're going for this new particular sound. We just came up with it on the fly yesterday in about 30 minutes. So right now, I think it's really progressing. So let us know what you think. Thanks for the level check. And enjoy the show. Conversate amongst yourselves like civil human beings. Or monkeys. Throw shit at each other. It's a free world. Dope. Oh. It's stupid retarded. Stupid retarded. Take the dog, go for a walk in the park.
I'm going to change
maybe
the drone.
Maybe take the car.
I'm gonna get.
That bass line is wicked retarded.
I think the drone needs to come, like Chrome was saying, a little bit brighter, and then I'm gonna change the. Gonna change that drone up.
Gonna change it.
Kind of just work on that a little bit and change the horns up a bit. I might have to play the horns live so I can keep different variations going versus some loop ones in. But it gave me enough time to figure out what I wanted to do.
Yep. Doom manga. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm really liking this jam, you guys. I'm really like it's starting to stick on me, like this bass line. I feel myself level up a little bit.
A little bit.
Let me tell you something. Playing at the nut end of this damn bass, and every bass player knows it because the strings are thicker and it's harder to put the frets down, right? You have to use a little bit more muscle. I'm getting my money's worth today. I'm exhausted. I heard all the mistakes because my hands are fatigued.
He said his hands are fatigued.
However, with that said, give me about a couple weeks and that thing is going to be beautiful. Once that muscle memory kicks in, it's going to be wicked retarded.
Wicked retarded.
Take the dog, go for a walk in the park, maybe take the car. But it's going to be retarded. Wicked retarded.
Ask not what you could do for your country,
but what your country can do for you.
We choose to go to the moon not because it is easy.
No, we choose to go to the moon in this decade not because it is easy.
The fuck?
But because it is hard. I think that's what he said. If I were to spark an erection, my penis would be hard. Isn't that what JFK said before he passed?
I think it's exactly what he said. There's a new conspiracy saying that the passenger, the Secret Serviceman who was sitting in the front was the guy,
shooter?
Was the shooter. He turned around and
opened his waffle.
They say they shot from, where was it? The grassy knoll or?
I was the lonely shooter on the grassy knoll.
It was too impossible. It was too far.
That's what they say.
You had to be a crack shot to get that. Some sketchy shit going on.
What about all this? Damn Epstein stuff? I don't know. I don't even want to get into that. But it's crazy though, right?
Roy said Jackie might have noticed that. Well, maybe she left it out of her report. Roy, do you ever think about that?
Well, Jackie Onassis was pretty shooken up with that thing.
Maybe she blocked it out and left it out of her report.
You think Jackie was on board with that?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think Jackie was on board with that.
I think Jackie knew what was happening. I think she was involved. I want to be Jackie. Oh, please don't.
I want a pair of new sunglasses. I want to be Jackie Onassis. Yeah.
I was looking at something this morning, and I'm going to share it with you guys.
Oh.
Hang on. Let me make sure this volume is up. And I don't think Wagyu's here, so he may know more about this. I mean, that's his. This is his homeland. Hang on 1 second before you hit play. Okay, he's over there in the corner having conversations. That was weird.
Okay, hold on. Tone Smith, my boy, it's 24 frets. I just had to make sure it is 24 frets. And if you like playing on the real low end of your bass, hey, good on you, sir. But I have to retrain. I have to go get pumped up now. I got to go work out. I got to go do some curls just to get this goddamn track down.
Some Kerfugel.
Some Kerfugels.
I just came up with that word on the fly.
And that's just, it matches what I'm trying to get across.
Some kerfugals.
I need to go do some kerfugals.
Don King ain't got shit on me.
Ain't got a goddamn thing on this dude. When you're making up terminology like kerfugal, and it fit what you trying to convey,
that shit's hard.
Hard as hell.
Okay. I was hoping Wagyu was going to be in the chat today, but he may be off doing Wagoogle things. But let's check this video out. Let's see what you guys think. I thought it was interesting. I haven't known much about this yet. I haven't dove into the rabbit hole, just seen a couple of videos and thought it was weird. So let's check this out.
The Yonaguni Monument of Japan is undoubtedly one of the most bizarre underwater stone features on Earth. The striking angles and straight lines take people by surprise the first time they see it. Just observe the highly unusual nature of this structure, which, by the way, is located close to the shoreline, yet reaches a depth of approximately 100 feet. And this remarkable structure consists of a series of step-like ledges that are so striking, it's hard to imagine that it could be a natural formation. In fact, look at the various nuanced details found throughout this incredible site, as the anomalies go beyond the series of step-like formations. In fact, notice the nature of what appears to be cut blocks that were seemingly, or at least appear to be, stacked on top of each other. And as you look at various other photos of this impressive site, also note the sheer size and magnitude of it when compared to people scuba diving around it. Now, also notice this square-like formation that appears to have been cut in half. Is this really the product of natural oceanic tidal erosion? Like I said, this site is truly one of a kind, and unlike anything we see anywhere else on the planet, which, suffice to say, appears to be anything but natural, leading many people to believe that it was cut and carved by the hand of man, which is why Graham Hancock and many others, including myself, suggest that it very well could be lost remnants of ancient human stonework, which, by the way, you should know, this site was above water during the last ice age more than 12,000 years ago, when the Earth's sea levels were significantly lower, which would have made it fully possible for ancient humans to shape it into the formation we see today. Which brings me to something we should consider, which is its remarkably uncanny appearance that's similar to modern stone quarries we see throughout the world today. Take a moment to observe some varying side-by-side comparisons.
No, I think Wagyu visits Japan often. I don't think it's where he lives. I just think Wagyu would know about this because he's into this type of shit.
And Bicky.
Can we go back to that picture that was frozen real quick, Daryl?
I'm having a hard time believing this is a natural erosion.
Yeah, so they're saying that this wasn't man worked at all. Like, this is what the sea does. It does nice 90-degree angles and beveled edges and nice and flat surface and multi-layered. And I don't know if there's a lot of shit like this in the ocean. I mean, what are the chances? The last ice age. That's a long. When was the last ice age?
They said like 12,000 years ago. 12,000 years ago, for it to have been out of the ocean and above, when the water levels were low. Were they doing this 12,000 years ago?
I don't know. I mean, it's immaculate stonework. If that's what it looks like to me, it looks like.
Well, can we all agree?
Somebody was working that. Is that really the ocean doing that?
And I want to know if we can all agree that does not look like natural erosion. I'm going to call bullshit on that if that's what scientists are now saying or geologists are saying.
And there's nothing like it anywhere else in the neighborhood.
Right.
Certainly looks like somebody or some group of people might have chiseled that.
It's just too precise.
This is in Japan, Cheech. And this dates back to the last ice age, apparently. It's massive. I mean, this is massive.
Chrome says he agrees. It's not natural erosion.
Oh, shit. Roy said the Japanese have some nice tools. Back in those days, they must have. I mean, look at the scale of it and look how straight those lines are. And
Okay, but aren't they saying back in those days, 12,000 years ago, we really didn't have means to like structure out blueprints and do creative shit like this? Right? Because didn't they say the pyramids are how old? Over 5,000 years?
yeah, I think.
And this is 12,000 years?
How old are the pyramids, Chrome or Roy?
Can anybody find out how old the pyramids? Shit, anybody.
George said they use Milwaukee tools. I think that's what would have had to happen, George.
Facts.
We're looking at they must have had advanced toolery. Oh, 3,000 years ago.
That was the pyramids?
That was the pyramids, Roy? Two to 3,000 BC.
Okay, so this is 12,000 years ago. What does that mean? Somebody give me their best opinion. If this is supposed to be 12,000 years ago from the last ice age, somebody give me their best guess of what the fuck we was doing 12,000 years ago.
Probe says you just need string.
But my thing, Probes, is they saying we weren't that smart then. That's what the big gaff is. They were saying we were just like, we weren't able to do things and think like that. Talk to me, buddy. It's not me that's saying it, it's them.
Vicky says no one knows how old the pyramids are.
And I agree with that. Because there's so many different freaking answers on that damn pyramid. Some say this, some say that. Some say this, some say that.
But isn't it hard to date stone? And what's up with the outside of the pyramid being sandstone and the inside being red granite? I think they said the red granite was found 600 miles away from the pyramid or some shit like that.
Man, this is what I'm talking about.
That's another thing they just released, is that the inside of the pyramid is red granite. That's fucking hard rock. It has to be quarried. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe they found a way to float that down the river. Maybe
the Nile River was I don't know.
Maybe that was the transportation system. But this shit right here in Japan, you can't tell me that's water erosion. I'm more likely to believe it was man before anything else. And we had some advanced toolery. We probably had some Milwaukee shit.
You know, that goes back to they say there was an ancient civilization called Atlantis. And Atlantis was supposedly this like modern civilization that really knew its shit. And they had lost technology from Atlantis, but no one can seem to find Atlantis. And some people think that this may be a part of Atlantis. So given the time period, could some of this be true?
Cheech, you really think this is a natural formation? Really? I mean, I'm not knocking your idea. I mean, we all have our opinions here, but you really think that's a natural formation? Let's play the rest or some more of this, Daryl. If she's watching.
Like I always say, look and think for yourself. However, this is where the stark difference in opinions comes in, as the skeptics, including Flint Dibble, state that there is no evidence that this structure is anything other than natural. That is simply a fluke form of unusual natural erosion created by the tides of the ocean. But I find that argument intriguing because it begs the question, if this is indeed a product of natural erosion, then why don't we see examples anywhere else on Earth that is even remotely similar to this? I mean, just consider that there are over 2.5 million kilometers of aggregate coastline that make up our 7 continents and all the shorelines of all the islands existing around the world combined. That's more than one.
He's got a point. How come nature and the oceans haven't made something like this similar? With all this coastline we have, why does it look like this there? Let's entertain that for a little bit.
One and a half million miles of shoreline. Yet the site of Yonaguni only makes up a few hundred meters of shoreline. And by the way, look at it on both sides through this map depiction. The blasting of the ocean would have been hitting both sides and even on the side of it. So again, that doesn't make sense for being a natural feature of erosion. And again, if academics are to claim that this is simply a natural formation, then why can't they provide just one example from just one other place on Earth that is even remotely similar to Yonaguni? I mean, after all, we've all seen spectacular seashore cliffs from all over the world and various examples of natural erosional processes created by the tide and the wind. And nothing compares to the dramatic step-like formation we see at Yonaguni. In fact, there's really no comparison. Tidal forces simply do not form such striking step-like patterns, which I think we all understand because, again, we would have seen it elsewhere. So, not to mention that all the other nuanced formations around this site besides the step-like patterns, which certainly catch the eye. Are we really going to say that all of these various examples were created through natural erosion? It seems to me that if nothing else, the site of Yonaguni warrants further study with an archaeological lens. The Yonaguni...
Yeah, I can't because I'm not educated in any of this. I can only take things at face value. Mm-hmm. But if I'm to use my logical sense of just looking at the geometry of this from my own education standpoint, I'm going to have to be 50-50 on this.
Yeah.
The 50 is not being educated in it, and the other 50 is I gotta believe my lying eyes. That shit does not look like erosion.
It doesn't.
It's too symmetrical. It looks like things were stacked. It looks like these things were cut precisely.
Or purpose for
It looks
like it had purpose.
That's just me. I don't want to piss you guys off over there, but I'm just thinking over here. I don't have any facts.
I think Graham Hancock is a guy to listen to on a lot of this stuff too.
Yeah, he's done the work. Like
he's actually dove down there and
had eyes on.
But he also, states that the Bimini Road is off the coast of Florida, and that, like what Chrome was saying, if there is an Atlantis, it's going to be off the coast somewhere.
Right. It's going to be danger close. And here's the thing. It goes back to, when are we going to start believing the people who actually put in the work, who actually have done this, spent their lives doing this, when we just sit here from our couches and have done zero work?
I can see if there was multiple objects like that all over the world, and you'd be like, okay, yeah, that's the common thing here. It shows a pattern.
Right, but you just don't see that.
Right, and the water levels were lower during the Ice Age.
Yeah.
So the chances of this being above surface at one point or another and people were actually working it, it's highly plausible.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying aliens built this or anything like that. I'm saying for humans not to be that smart, 12,000, they said 12,000 years ago. This is what the guy's saying. Okay, I don't know that for sure. I can't fact check him. I haven't been there. I don't know how to carbon date. And it's a rough estimate, right? But if we're supposedly not able to construct things like this, then something about what they're teaching us is bullshit.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of the Grand Canyon, Roy. I know what water erosion looks like. I know that's possible at water could, but there's some places in the Grand Canyon that's off site, or the public can't go and view and can't go and take pictures and can't visit certain areas. I think it's like a 4 or 5 mile stretch where you can't even drone in the area. Why is that?
Yeah, and if you got pictures, Roy, of other places where water does that to particular stone, please drop the link in that bad boy. We can check it out.
And I wonder how hard that stone is.
Yeah.
Now I get when glaciers move, they can do some crazy things with rock and, you know, just some weird anomalies. But I don't know. I'm 50 in, 50 out. I think there's something, I think man has tooled that. A big part of me believes that was tooled. There was something else interesting that they say is volcanic. It was due to magma, and it's in Scotland. Let me see if I can't pull up a picture.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing the perfect cuts in the geometrical platform, stairs, and shapes. I'm just not seeing it, my boy. These are all look like rock formations, like weather, yeah, but they don't look anything like what we just seen. I mean, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. This just looks like rock that's been weathered. That shit looks like stone that's been cut with a big ass man saw. Or as Georgie would say, Milwaukee tools.
Can't find it now.
Vicky says, do you mean the Devil's Causeway in Ireland?
Yeah, I think that's what it is, Vicky.
Yeah, I mean, if it's lava formation done millions of years ago, how come we don't see nothing like that under Hawaii? You know, how long has that volcano been going? How come we don't see things like that? Truly, if that's the case, it would be everywhere. Why is it just in this one spot? We can't dismiss that. I'm just saying, I'm just playing the other half here. I'm glad you guys are countering. I'm glad you guys are fighting back with your opinions. It's healthy.
Yeah, I'm glad you're interested.
I'm glad you're interested.
Yeah. We're going to check this out. Let's check out the Devil's Causeway in Ireland. I thought when I saw this, I thought it was interesting. And, you know, I'm not always apt to believe that there's some otherworldly force creating this stuff. I'm always going to try and put my money on man first, or at least natural.
There's what a Google.
Yeah, Wagyu. Go back and look real quick at what we just showed, Wagyu. It's called Yangoonies. Give us your opinion on it. Go ahead and roll this while Wagyu looks back, if he's going to do it.
And on today's video, I'm going to take you along with me to visit one of my favorite spots in Northern Ireland, the Giant's Causeway. The 40,000 basalt columns that make up this epic spot were formed 60 million years ago.
No, check
got
this
their
out.
name from ancient Irish folklore. Be sure to stick around until the end of this video because I'm going to show you how to reach an epic viewpoint that most travelers aren't even aware of. Along the northernmost coast of Northern Ireland, the Giant's Causeway resides along the Causeway coastal route in County Antrim and is about 3 miles or 5 kilometers from the town of Bushmills. If you're visiting from Belfast, you'll be looking at about a 1-hour drive, while travelers heading here from Dublin will have a longer 3-hour drive to reach the causeway. Regardless of which city you're traveling from, consider making a quick pit stop at the dark hedges on your way up. I wouldn't consider this a can't-miss stop, but if you've got some time to kill and you happen to be a Game of Thrones fan, it's worth making the quick pit stop to get out and stretch your legs. It's a really scenic walk and was one of the filming locations for the popular HBO series. While you can visit the Giant's Causeway as a day trip from either major city, consider spending some time.
Let's get to the point here. Let's see the deal. All this jargon, all this bullshit. It's bullshit. It's what it is. There we go. Yeah, search through, my lady. Search through.
Yeah.
Right here.
Watch your step and head out onto the rocks out toward the ocean. After experiencing this place for myself, I can see how past cultures told stories of the fabled giant Finn McCool using these volcanic steps to reach Scotland and where he challenged the giant known as Ben and Donner. From start to finish, I spent a little over 2 hours in the area, hiking around the different viewpoints and spending some time down by the rocks. If you're looking for other activities to round out your visit.
Okay, they didn't really show much of it.
They didn't.
When I first saw that, and I've listened to some people explain it, I was like, oh, yeah, that's plausible.
Yeah, see, that looks like it could be. I'm on board with that. That looks like it can be natural sort of erosion with mud and how stuff gets smooth, and I'm on board with that.
Bath salts,
yeah.
I believe it.
I'm on board with that. But going back to the shit in Japan with them precise cuts and tabletops and shit with stairs, I don't think water and lava is making stairs and precise cuts and stacking shit with hallways. And you're not going to be able to convince me. You won't be able to fully convince me on that, you guys.
I got another one for you. Stand by, Daryl. Okay. And I should wait till Wagyu catches up. I want to see what he thinks about it. Okay, the next one I'm going to show you is in Wyoming. When we lived there, I always regretted not getting there to go see it with my own eyes. But one day we're going to go back and see this place. It's called the Devil's Tower. Now, there's some people that believe it's something that was petrified prehistoric tree or some shit like that. There's some people that believe it's not a natural formation. There's some people that believe it was one big old thing made out of mashed potatoes. I don't know.
Wagyu says, yeah, look at the underwater structure before. It's interesting. There's a lot of volcanoes and earthquakes around here, so could be a collapsed island or emerged from geology. It's cool anyhow. Yes,
So
it is.
He's thinking it's
Probably volcanoes
it's
or
volcanic.
something. Collapsed geological site. Who knows?
It's not far from what most of you are thinking. I still think somebody tooled that shit. It's
Me
man.
too.
A
Me
big
too.
portion of me thinks it's tooled.
Yeah.
But moving on. This is the Devil's Tower.
So you got aerospace people and geologists saying it seems to be out of place and they don't know how it got there. I'm with that.
And there's no volcanic activity anywhere near.
I'm with that. I'm gonna lean on educated people because again, I haven't done any of the homework other than what you can get off the internet, but I haven't gone to school for this shit. But I'm going to agree and just say that is a earthly phenomenon.
Yeah, I'm agree with that. I think it's an earthly phenomenon.
I think it's just a rare thing that kind of fucking happens.
I don't think it's a tree. I don't think it's a petrified tree.
Yeah, I don't think it's
But
that would be a big ass tree.
Some people believe it is.
Yeah.
Some people believe it was created. I don't know how you would create it, but you know, that's the power of belief, people.
The power of belief. Yeah, I just think it's one of those modern marvels or earthly marvels.
Yeah. Go ahead. Crazy if they don't really know how it was formed. I like hearing that.
I like when scientists say they don't know shit.
And they get humbled and they just say, right now we just don't know.
We just don't know.
There's nothing wrong with we don't know. I think we don't know
Is more believable.
and it doesn't lead to conspiracies. But I guess it still does. Some people still think it's a tree.
But here's the thing. It's always, see, Wagyu said, power of belief or delusion. It doesn't matter because if those people believe it, it's the power of belief.
Mm-hmm. They're only delusional because you're saying they're delusional because you don't share the belief.
You don't want to share the belief. And they're going to say the same about you. You see how this tick for tack tennis match goes on?
You get the ball, I get the ball.
You get the ball, I get the ball.
I hit the ball, you hit the ball.
I think the devil and God is real. You think they're a fictitious bullshit conjuring of man.
I think you're delusional.
I think you're delusional.
I think you're delusional.
No, I think you're delusional.
I think you're delusional.
No. Now here. I think you're delusional.
As you were.
As you were.
As you were.
As I was.
As I was.
You see where we're going here? It all falls back to the power of belief.
I think the sky is red.
I think the sky is purple.
I think you're full of shit.
I think you're full of shisa.
You're delusional.
You're delusional.
No one ever wins that, Wagyu.
It doesn't. Nobody ever wins it.
Okay, Roy Droy Voice sent me something, and I've been looking at this too. Like, why would they do this?
Mm-hmm.
The Nazca lines in Peru.
And Peru. Say it right.
Peru.
Peru.
Waiting on the missus. Anytime now, missus. We don't have any audio. I guess we don't need audio. I guess this is just a drone shot. This might be a drone shot. If it is, it's fine. We don't need any audio. We don't need anybody dictating the agenda here. We just want to look. Okay, now look at this long stretch here. What do we have here? It just looks like a long stretch of nice straight line. Okay, there's multiple lines there. They're saying it's the hummingbird.
Oh, yeah, I can see it.
Oh, okay, I see it. I see it.
It's got the long line.
All right, pause right there. Pause right there.
And it's got the wings. Oh, that was it's going to be a better shot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she'll find it. Okay.
Yeah, right there. Okay.
All right.
Why go to the trouble to build something you can only see from above? And I don't even want to know how old this shit is. It's probably way fucking old.
How old is the Nazca lines? Can someone give us an answer on how old this is, please?
And like Wagyu would say, scientists would just tell you they don't know. Because I don't know leads to new scientific discoveries.
I have no doubt in my mind this was made by natives of the land. Mm-hmm. I got to leave room for doubt, people. That's just how the way I roll. But if I was a betting man, I would bet the natives in the area did this. Mm-hmm. My question now is, if you can only see it above the plains, above the earth like this,
why do it?
Why do it? 500 BC to 500 AD. Why do this?
Why do it?
Why go out of, why go out of the way? Why would the community go out of the way? I'm assuming there's more than just one. To show someone, okay, are they, and it's so fucking straight and accurate too for 500 BC, right? I mean, the artwork is impeccable.
Chrome, I still have my Chariots of the Gods book, and I love that book. My buddy Donnie has it, and I want it back.
Oh, Eric Von Daniken.
Eric Von Daniken and the Chariots of the Gods it's a really good read, and I'm going to say, again, with that, I'm 50-50 because it's so plausible.
So are they trying to, is this them talking to
the gods?
The gods?
That's what Cheech thinks. Cheech thinks it's talking to the gods.
The gods are looking down and they want to see this?
I can't rule it out.
What's up, Synth Punk?
What's up, Synth Punk?
Synth Punk said, what about the dinosaurs?
What about the fucking dinosaurs?
I don't think dinosaurs are real. I think that was a hoax. I think the dinosaurs were a hoax. Nah, but the Nazca lines are trippy. Look at this thing. Why go out of the way just to show someone up in the sky, or you can only view it? They didn't even have a chance to look at it from this position. Trip out on that. I mean, those hills are tall, but it's not tall like this to where you can see it, like where you can make it out, where it almost looks like a land marker, like they're just marking territory and whoever's above can see, okay, this is the area I need to be in. It's just weird. It's
weird.
Trippy. Keep going, Daryl. Synth Punk said, we never landed on the moon.
Power of belief.
There's a lot of people who would believe exactly that. Like, why do that? That's the observation tower.
That looks like a goddamn runway, if you ask me.
Right. What? That does look like a runway.
And the fact that nothing has grown over that or it hasn't been tarnished.
Yeah. Since 500 BC, that's amazing in itself. The hell is that? We're looking at the same thing here?
The tree. Okay, this is called the tree. I mean, let's talk about it. Why go through all this trouble?
Hold on. Look how far up we are.
Yeah.
That's massive on the ground.
That's massive.
That's a massive undertaking to move that much fucking dirt.
That's massive.
That's hard work. And it looks like it's in the desert where it's already hard.
It's already hard.
Hard living and shit.
Here's where I'm at, and here's a possibility. And this is just my theory. Just my possibility. A UFO comes over, something in the air that they can't quite make out. They're all fascinated by it. Hell, maybe this thing even lands. And what do you do when you want it to acknowledge where you are and where you're at? You try to throw symbols at it in hopes that it comes back. You try desperately to make yourself known. This is what my analytical mind tells me. It's like markers. It's to show this is what's down here.
If you I'm not saying maybe there was aliens and they were looking towards aliens because they seen some things in the sky. That may or may not have happened. It could simply be that they're paying homage to a deity.
Yeah. Like
and they're thinking a fictitious God or a real God is looking down on them, and they're doing art for what? I just don't know what other reason you would do this for other because you're bored and you got time to kill.
And why does it last so long? What tools were they using, humans, and what did they know that this would never grow back over since 500 BC?
Or the wind wouldn't I would think this would just be gone.
Yeah, within a few hundred, like not even a few hundred years, like 50, 60 years, that would just be gone, right? How is it lasting this long?
Roy said there's a spaceman. Can you find the spaceman, Daryl? I mean, that's crazy. And that other, it looked like a fucking runway. Like something would land there.
That's what I'm saying.
George G's agreed. It did look like a runway. They could have been bored, but I mean,
but why go through something this big?
It looks like life is already fucking hard in the desert. Why do that shit?
And you know it took a lot of people to do this.
Oh, you know the whole village was in on this, and it probably took years.
The hands.
The hands.
Yeah, right here, the hands.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Why would humans go to the extent of doing this? And so many of them. And for anybody of you out there, goddammit, I know my audience, if you think you know, it's just your best guess. It's just your opinion.
You don't have a fucking clue.
You don't have a fucking clue, and you don't have facts.
Unless you've been in that dirt moving shit and understand all this.
So don't give me that shit.
I want facts. I want hardcore facts. Look at that. It's a fucking runway.
That's
right
a runway.
there.
To me, that's a runway. To me, that just says something can come in and come off.
I think American Airlines built that in 500 BC.
I think Delta Airlines was around in 500 BC.
Why would you want to do that? It has other than it looking like something, what's the fucking meaning behind it? I want to see this spaceman Roy is talking about.
I want to see the spaceman too. Look at this. Look at these lines.
I wonder if they mean something like astronomically, or
like some sort of chart. Like, look at this.
Some ley lines, a particular grid. Like, why they don't teach this in school? Why wouldn't they teach this in school? Roy said that is largely carved into rock. Damn. If it's carved into rock, why do that, Roy? Why? I get you bored, but really? I could think of better shit to do. Like, I don't know, keep finding water, a better place to grow crops.
And remember, we supposedly are dum-dums. You got gum-gums back then.
This is a sundial?
It's a sundial.
Get the fuck out of here. What's really going on, people? I ain't going to sit here and believe all of your bullshit, neither. You're not going to trick me with your bullshit.
Your evil sorcery. You can't sway us with your words.
You skeptical bastards. Not everything deserves a skeptical eye. You got to put a toe out there.
Sometimes shit is just right in front of your face.
Just put a toe out there is all I'm saying.
A big toe. It's to me, it's just beautiful.
Synthpunk said he heard that aliens hate and fear Jesus.
They probably do.
But what if Jesus wasn't from this planet?
What if Jesus was an alien?
What if he was an alien? Shit gets deep, Synthpunk. Don't you realize it gets deep?
It's hard to get your footing in this muck.
And plus, when you hear something, it's hearsay.
What about the Anunnaki?
The Mayans had a more accurate calendar, supposedly, but they didn't calculate beyond 2012, supposedly. Yeah, you better keep using that supposedly. Roy.
Yeah, supposedly.
Supposedly. I like that shit. Hearsay. Jesus made AI. Be careful, Rabbit. I don't need you being struck down. You might want to take that back and praise the Lord, brother.
We're gonna have to go on that on a separate podcast.
The Lord. That's a sundial. Explain to me how this is a sundial. I don't even know what I'm looking at to say, yeah, that's a fucking sundial. So they know something we don't know.
Right.
There must be some kind of text or scripture found in these wastelands
to support these
claims.
Names. Yeah.
I want to know how they came up with that.
I want to talk to the indigenous people and figure out what they know. Because you know it's passed down. There's some sort of lore that's been passed down.
Synthpunk, I went to your channel and I'm surfing through your channel. And what's up with the fucking hat, dude? What's up with the red bucket hat? I think it's iconic, and I think you found like this thing.
You found your persona
that no one has, this niche. It's fucking weird. You're weird. Okay, this is the spider.
Now come on, man. Now come on. Why we drawing big spiders? Georgie, my boy.
Explain this, George.
George, I need you to go.
Give us some fresh eyes, George.
I need you to go to Peru, George. Probably next week. And I need you to go fucking get eyes on, go run some data. Bring back some analysis.
Use your Puerto Rican eyes.
Bring back some data analysis.
Your indigenous eyes, and tell us why would they do that.
And then I'm going to need you to take as much ayahuasca and DMT as you possibly can. And make some fucking sense of it.
And report back as soon as possible.
Bring all your findings to General Wabbit.
And smoke all the herbs out of a platano tree. A platano tree. You could do it, George. He gonna talk to his Peruvian boys. Cool.
Warheart said to keep that goddamn giant fly away, and I agree. Because if that fly is doing any kind of damage, you want a big-ass spider on your side.
Which, welcome in, Warheart. I see you at Reconsider It a lot. Thank you for coming over to the channel and supporting. We appreciate you.
Yep. And Steve, I mean, go back to Mr. Elbows and look at them structures in the ocean off the coast of Japan and tell me that looks like weather phenomenon or naturally formed by the ocean. My ass.
All right, Wagyu, I hear you.
They hold the mystery of look at the Dogon tribe, Wagyu.
The Dogon tribe
look at the Dogon. They the only ones that knew about Sirius B.
Perfect example.
And we didn't have charts.
We didn't see the space.
We didn't have fucking telescopes then. And they had accurate drawings. Explain yourself. Don't give me no half-ass shit, too. Get your ass out there, talk to them people, and explain yourself.
All right, we'll see you, George. Oh, yeah, watch The Grab, dude. You ain't going to like that, George.
Yeah, you going.
The Grab, boy.
You ain't going to sleep, my boy.
Watch the documentary, guys, called The Grab. If somebody can find the link and put that up. But I didn't see the spaceman. Was the spaceman in there, Daryl? Did you maybe you have something else?
Paul, get your ass out of here. I can explain it, but I'm off to bed. and I'm with Warheart. I'm with Warheart. I think the most craziest shit that we probably have not seen is in Antarctica. Because there is not much going around in Antarctica. Thank you, Synth
Thank
Punk.
you, Synth Punk.
Special motherfucker. I love you.
Out here proving that you love the community. Welcome to Monkey Island.
Sitting in his chair, turning cheeks.
Turning them Murph cheeks.
Deserts of Peru. Giant drawings cover the land. Spiders, monkeys, hummingbirds. Perfectly formed shapes, some over 300 meters long. These are the Nazca lines, etched into the earth over 1,500 years ago. But there's something strange about them. You can't see the full image from the ground, only from the sky. But how? There were no planes, no drones, no mountains tall enough to view them completely. So how did ancient people design such massive, precise geoglyphs? Were they ritual art meant for the gods? An astronomical calendar? Or were they signals? Messages to something or someone in the sky? Scientists have theories, but none have answered the biggest question.
Oh, is that
Why?
the spaceman?
That was the
this day.
spaceman. Yeah,
was that the spaceman? I mean, look at this shit, y'all. Look at this shit. Now, come on.
To this
The fuck are we doing here? Look at that.
Look at that. On the side of a mountain, too. On the side of a mountain.
Why
Why
do it
do
on the
that?
side of a fucking mountain
And
like
if
that?
you ask me, that could very well be a bug-eyed motherfucking alien.
Oh, yeah. Let me look at it. Hang on. I mean, they have got the rendition of everything else perfect. Why would they just be like not perfect on this?
Right. And,
Or-
it's wavy.
Or maybe they just kept it simple, bruh, and just said, let's do the best representation of us. We're just going to keep it simple.
But you think the symmetry would be dead on like everything else, though?
Right.
Everything else, you can tell what it is. Like this thing looks
Is it
like
waving?
it is what it is.
Does it look like it's waving to you?
It does. This shit is wild.
but none have answered the biggest question. Why, to this day, the desert keeps its secret?
I'm with Wagyu. It's whatever you want it to be because we'll never know unless we have a time machine.
Oh, look at the fucking monkey. Look at the fucking, okay, y'all.
Come
y'all,
on,
y'all,
man.
Come
Now
on.
look at this goddamn monkey.
Maybe they are on Monkey Island.
They on Monkey Island.
And they know, hear me out. Hear me out on this.
God damn.
They know that there's some kind of a synth renegade mafia that travels the galaxies.
God damn.
Led by the samurai himself and the band of merry renegades.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way they knew they was at the right spot.
Mm-hmm. They flew in, though.
They saw the monkey right there. It's just like, this is it.
They flew in. They came down in the spaceship. But wait a minute. Where they are in Peru, and there's no jungle around.
Oh, wait.
Hold on. I got a thought here.
Yeah.
Where they are in Peru, and there's no jungle around there, were there monkeys in that area? I want to know. Because if that's the case, they're trying to tell somebody we even have things that look like this on this planet. A monkey.
Right.
But you're only going to find it out in the jungle. It looks to me like like these artists were putting up displays of illustration to show what we have on the planet and what these things look like. I mean, let's think about that. Hell, at this point, like I'm with Wagyu, we don't have a time machine. Alien presence could have come down and done these half-ass drawings, so when they come back to Earth, they know what kind of animals and what to expect here. What our sun does because they have a sundial.
Yeah.
What the animals look like here.
Yeah.
take off, go to another planet, and mark that shit too.
The hell is that? The hell's going on? Let's show you one more. Let's show you one more. Our time is running short here. Let's show one more and see what y'all think about this shit.
Number 10 is Mark Zuckerberg. In a Facebook Live Q&A, Mark Zuckerberg faced an unexpected question. Are you secretly a lizard? The 32-year-old billionaire dismissed it as very silly and saying he's definitely not a lizard. Classic denial, am I right? But here's the thing, people talking about his pauses and gestures as signs of hiding something. Like, for example, right after denying the allegations of being a lizard, he licked his lips. As if that doesn't warrant the need for a more thorough investigation, I don't know what does.
Don't lick your lips,
This isn't
you're a
just
lizard.
about Marky Z. There are these conspiracy theories floating around for ages.
And his forehead
people
looks like a
pointing fingers
lizard.
at politicians, celebs, even claiming that they've seen weird things like their eyes changing or their skin glitching. Like, many believe that lizard people are out there manipulating us, pulling the strings behind closed doors. I mean, it's all dismissed here as funny or silly when someone's being asked about their reptilian roots, but these theories keep resurfacing. Who knows, maybe there's more to it, but I guess we'll never know for sure. At number 9 is...
Just waiting for them to show some kind of video footage of an actual shapeshifter. Let's get through it. There should have been one there.
Prime Minister John Key. So the former Prime Minister of New Zealand was forced to confront the idea of being a lizard person after a citizen actually went out of their way to file an official Information Act request.
Video?
Here's the Prime...
Oh, wait. What's going on? That's lizard people.
It's an audience full of fucking geckos. That was an audience full of geckos in classy suits. If there are lizard people and they're able to shapeshift, and that turns out to be a factual thing, not only will I lose my shit, but I would swear to God, Wagyu is one of them.
He might be.
I think because he's so fucking smart, I think Wagyu is a goddamn lizard person.
I mean, maybe, just maybe. Wait, what does Synth Samurai say, bruh? I got to do this.
I mean, if reptiles are the oldest living species, don't you think they may have evolved to bipedal and more shapeshift, aka chameleons? I can't go against that. I mean, that is a fucking plausibility, sir. And I'm with you. You'd be ignorant to think that we're the only things that's bipedal and have the fucking consciousness and knoweth-all.
Roy said, then why don't they eat us? Maybe you don't want to eat your help. Maybe you don't want to eat your helpers.
And maybe they just not them type of fucking reptiles.
You can't eat your slaves.
Maybe they have other things they eat and they have morals just like us.
Or maybe they drink baby adrenochrome or something.
See, we can't have this conversation when we're going to think that everything is something of human and thinks human. What if we got it all wrong? Because we centered ourselves in the fucking universe and we don't want to entertain anything else unless it mimics humans' ideation, we could have it all wrong. What if there is? Hear me out. What if there is a reptilian species, the Greys who are emotionalists and they don't feel anything, and the Pleiadians from the Pleiadian star system and the Nordic? What if this is like real shit? If we're possible, could you not entertain some other life form with intelligence to be possible? And especially with intelligence that far surmounts or far surpasses ours. Let's be honest with ourselves. I know you guys have your perceived walls and you don't want to look over them because entertaining that just means you're fucking way over, okay? But you're taught these things. You guys are taught this shit. You're taught to think this way. But what if? I'm asking you, what if?
Is there a possibility? I think so. If we're possible, anything's possible.
Right. And so why is
Hands
that?
down.
And why is that so hard to believe?
Hands down.
Because we as
Hands
humans It has to fucking literally be right in front of us and make us dinner. Or have us for dinner, in Roy's case.
I literally think if we're possible, anything's possible. Okay, I have some what do I have here? I've got something here. Here, let's do this. I have 3 things. Before we get out of here, I'm going to show these 3 things here. Okay, Marilyn, you should have 3 of them. They're relatively short. Let's see. Let's see if we can't sway the viewers' minds here. Let's see if we can't get them in the rabbit hole. They're just not willing to go. We're doing everything we can to drag them in. They just don't want to go.
And I hear you guys in chat. I mean, I really do. But we're possible. What does that say about us? Are we a fantasy? Are we just a fluke? We're possible.
And we're doing some outrageous things.
You don't think there's another extraterrestrial race that's just as possible as us?
We're eating each other and we're blowing each other
I mean,
up.
that sounds very narrow to me, guys. I'm just throwing out my percent is all.
We create beautiful things. We created the pyramids. I mean, we're weird.
Hell, how do you know my brother ain't we ain't from the star system Lyra?
Or Sirius B.
Or Sirius B. How do you know?
How do you know?
We look just like you. We act just like you because we've learned to be like you. How do you know?
How do you know?
What do we got?
I think she's got to pull it in here.
Yeah, she got to pull it in. Yeah.
That's the thing is, you don't know.
See, we're the type of people that leave everything open for interpretation or at least a possibility.
Because I don't want nothing to come around and be like, told you so. And I'd be like, fuck, I knew I should have believed in that. I don't know what it would be.
I have to. If we're possible, I have to believe that there's other life form out there. I have to believe that. That's just as intelligent, or if not more. I think that would be ignorant of me to not believe that. And there's always a slither of the truth that goes on out there. There's always a slither of the truth. We know this. But I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong, and everything is just bullshit. And it's just us in this vast, cold cosmos, empty space with just earthlings. There's no aliens. There's no Bigfoots. There's no apparitions. There's no making things move with your mind. All of it is bullshit. These drawings, the pyramids, it's just
Girl, I sent you another one.
bullshit. All of it. Bullshit. All of it. It's all bullshit. We got it all wrong here on Monkey Island.
We put the stomach dragging reptiles in zoos. Maybe they evolved bipedal shapeshifters, in turn put us in a zoo, Earth. I've heard someone say that Earth is in our galaxy, if you were to draw 4 corners in the galaxy, there's an Earth in every corner. And that's where they put all of the bioorganics, and then they go and they terraform planets and then come back to Earth and pick up a couple of us, which alien abductions. They go in the sea and grab more life. They take it to other planets and start things all over again.
Right.
Could be looking at an Adam and Eve situation. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Roy, and Wagyu, but the thing is, I don't know. And that's what I'm getting at. Anything is possible, you guys. Humans creating AI coming off their planet. It's, I don't know if there's reptilian people out there because I don't have any facts or proof.
What's up, Hans Vogt?
I just don't know.
Just don't know.
And none of you have facts or proof. You can only just guess because you haven't seen it.
Let's see this.
And you think otherwise.
Let's see this.
Let's go for it.
I think she found something here.
Let's do it. Okay.
There's number 3. Let's look at number 3.
Okay.
I think Hillary Clinton could be a lizard. She looked like a lizard.
TV show, fake court show, and every one of these people on here have the shifting pupils. Or slit pupils. V-shaped, diamond, however you want to put it. Some of them manifest differently. Look there. Totally V-shaped pupil.
I mean, I don't know.
I just don't. I mean,
the bitch looked like she on methamphetamines.
She looked like some kind of bird bitch. It might be a bird bitch. Now I know these dudes is definitely reptiles. That's how you can get everybody to applause like that.
Oh, that ain't nothing but Whoopi Goldberg in sunglasses. That ain't nothing but Whoopi Goldberg in sunglasses.
I think the music helps. It helps sell it.
Yeah, I think the soundtrack makes it believable. Yeah, that's Whoopi's brother. Yeah, that ain't nothing but some artifact. That ain't nothing but some shadow work. That ain't nothing but some shadow work. Number 1, ain't it?
We will, Spirit Journey. Don't worry. I see your I see your message. You sent the email. I'll have to ask the wife. Yeah, I think she sent the email. Yeah, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I think,
I just think that was Whoopi Goldberg's cousins. I think that was her cousins and their husbands in the shadows, and they so black you can't get a good positive ID on them. That's what I think.
And they ugly as hell. But I ain't judging. I'm not
judging either.
Call it how I see it.
Just calling it how I see it. I'm calling it how you see it.
I call it how you see it. I think you're delusional.
I
think you're all delusional. But the music sold it. The damn cursor or the finger pointer.
No. Wait, hold on. I take it all back.
Yeah,
I'm with Wagyu. If you ever wanted to see a Cleon, that was it right there.
That was it.
Now I'm a firm believer that's what it was.
And if you're denying yourself that, then you're lying to yourself.
Don't lie to yourself.
I think at the end of the day, people have their beliefs. People live by them, and I'm going to always stand by this saying, if we're possible,
anything is possible.
I just can't get my mind away from that. Just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Exactly. And you can't say otherwise. It's only a belief. And see, that's what we always go back to.
Who taught us? And if we really trust what they taught us, we believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
But if we were born and everybody was teaching us Peter Pan and fairies are real,
And that's what belief is.
We would think Peter Pan and fairies are real because all the world believes in them. And
But let's get down to the deeper meaning. We can never accept some, and I know we had this conversation before, but I like to reiterate. No one who has a hardcore belief system can never accept anyone else's belief system without calling them crazy and setting them to a side. No one's ever going to respect, some respect, but no one likes to entertain other people's beliefs because it challenges theirs. And as humans, we don't want to be alone and feel alone with our own beliefs.
yeah, you don't want to stand behind it.
We always need to have that, hey, do you believe in this? Or look at this. Let me try to prove this.
You try to hide behind something. Yeah.
Or you can't believe in that. That's crazy.
Right.
You need to believe in this. When no one really knows and no one has the facts. This is what happens when you have a society that lies to itself.
It's just like the saying, if the radio is destroyed, does the signal still exist?
I mean, it echoes throughout space and time, right?
You can't see it. Is it still there? If I buy a brand new radio, put some batteries in, turn it on, and the signal comes back, was it always there? If you smash your cell phone and corrupt all your data in the cell phone, is all your data and shit, is it still there?
Is it in the cloud?
And what the hell is the cloud anyway?
You can retrieve it from the cloud.
It still has to transfer to the phone.
Has to render the pictures that I can send you
magically
through airwaves. You mean
through the ether?
If I told somebody back in the fucking 6th century, if that's a thing, that I can take your picture and send that shit to Rome in a matter of a second, less than that, and it'll digitize and come out where you are, what color the clothes you're wearing, and they'll be able to see you. He would look at us and go, that's bullshit. I call bullshit.
Okay, we're getting some more videos in. We'll show these tomorrow because tomorrow we have absolutely nothing on the agenda.
And we're going to go deep in Anunnaki. So get prepared to get your Anunnaki hats on.
I want to do some flat Earth tomorrow. I want to do some Anunnaki. I want to do some ancient Sumerian culture. I want to go over UCLA college campus has actual.
We ain't doing all that tomorrow, but yeah,
actual cuneiform, and
yeah,
they actually have the pieces of the emerald tablets.
Oh, yeah.
You know, what's up with all that shit?
What's up with all of it?
I want to know. Maybe we start early tomorrow. Just line up some shit.
No, I think we spread it out. Give us some fucking material, man.
Yeah.
You trying to run through all that shit?
Yeah, you're
trying
right.
to hurt my mind.
You're right.
You're trying to hurt my brain. Wagyu, real quick, come up with three simple facts on why the Earth is round. Tomorrow, come up with 3 simple facts why the Earth is round.
Damn, that's a good one.
And then I want somebody else to come up with 3 simple facts on why the Earth is flat.
And I want to see it argued.
And I want to see it debated. I want to see which one makes the most sense.
Let's do a full-on
debate.
You don't have to come in. If you want to, we'll send the link out. What if everything you're seeing on TV is CGI? I think CGI was invented in 1900s.
Yep. And probes, that's what I'm talking about. Probes. That's exactly what we've been preaching. Belief is fundamentally irrational, thus cannot defeat by facts at last.
Yeah.
But you got the people who believe. And because they believe in their own shit,
I like to see their facts.
It is not acceptable what we think. They don't care what we think. Even if you could go out and show a dude a butterfly and he's like, that's not a butterfly. That's a mini scale dragon. You can't convince him otherwise. And at what point do we just say, fine, it's a dragon to you? And I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's true, Wagyu. I don't know. I don't know. I just like to believe in weird shit, and I like to study it. A lot of it just goes over my fucking head. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a gullible person. I'm really not. But it's just fun to just... What else do we have to do? Go out and build fucking megaliths for people to look at in outer space?
See?
We doing the same shit. We just talking about it, basically. Because we're nothing left to do, per se, but to dig in other people's beliefs and bullshit.
Wag's like, why do I gotta do this shit? Why don't you do this shit?
Because, Wagon, we nominated you.
Because you're the smart one, man.
You're on level. I think if we had the chance to tip someone off the podium, it'd be you.
You reptilian shapeshifter. Tone Smith says, guys, how do we even know that the twins are real?
Exactly.
Meryl Darrow could be a CG puppet master trying to sell us more ambient music. 100%. You don't know.
Who's going to come out here to do the groundwork to see if we're actually real? Don't you say shit, General Rabbit.
But you know what, Wags? In all seriousness, I mean, I'm with you. I 100% believe the world is round.
He said, I'll find out. Rabbit said, I'll find out in September.
But the thing is, why do we feel like we need to prove that to people who don't think it's round? And how come we can't just accept that that's their belief? Why do we have to have so much skin in the game and not be able to just let it be? Why do you think that is, Wags? That's the deeper question that I'm asking.
AI would give me like 7 fingers or just blend them in all together. It's true.
I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to fucking fix stupid. Is what he's saying.
I don't know. I think a lot of people got, I saw some shit where, it was crazy where we could possibly be living in a firmament.
See, and there you go with that.
Is it possible we're living in a firmament? I mean, I don't know. I've never left the confines of Earth. I've never been into space to see if it is actually round, or is there a bubble over us that we can't penetrate? And
my whole thing is,
are we living in some type of simulation, or are we some type of zoo or protected species that's not allowed to leave this planet because we're highly volatile and we need to be studied more? I don't know. I mean, some of the shit sounds plausible.
I mean, to me, we believe in phones. We believe in the camera on our phones, right? And you guys go with me here. I believe in my phone. I believe the camera on my phone.
Well, you can't believe in anything that's there because it's real. So that
I believe that we send up satellites that have cameras on them. There's no agenda behind that. I think that's an open source. You can go to NASA's feed and you can literally watch the Earth spin. The land leaves to a complete circle and the land comes back.
Yeah.
Now, it's up to you if you want to believe that that's all CGI. And it's going to come back to my point. I can't prove it to you otherwise if that's what you don't want to see.
Right.
If you're going to hold a conspiracy over things because you don't know, that's one thing. But when you sell yourself 100% on it every time, you're not going to leave anything else open for conjecture.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Now, I've set my ways. The world is round. There's no one out there that can convince me otherwise.
But what if it isn't? You 100% committed.
I'm what
you just said.
I know, and I'm saying with this particular subject, I'm 100% committed on this subject.
And you leave no room for the possibility.
I leave no. To me, my logical mind says satellites go around this planet. I can obviously look at the moon. I can look at the sun. I'm not sitting on a quarter. You can literally track in the airplane, when I'm in the airplane, I see, my lying eye see curvature. I know if you get in the airplane and stay west, hold the course west, you're going to come back to your same location because the world is round. You don't go upside down. That's why we have the thing called an atmosphere and centrifugal force and gravity. You're never upside down. People that live in a total side of the earth, are they saying we're upside down? It's bullshit. Okay, use your minds just a little bit. Take the conspiracy out. Sometimes, like I always say, the truth is just that simple. It's right there in front of you. There's a reason why liquids in space turn into a ball. It doesn't just go flat.
Yeah.
I mean, hear me out, people. Just hear me out.
We'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what to think, y'all. I think we got to leave some room here. We got to leave some possibility for other shit to be discovered. I like Terrence Howard. I like his new form of math. I think there's something to it. Maybe not all of it, but I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. He has his ways and I have mine. Who knows? But we'll find out one way or another.
Yeah.
Let's keep some room open for
And I'm glad you guys are like
the unknown.
Yeah, and pouring all this shit into it.
But tomorrow we'll have to go into that Anunnaki because I'm really wanting to know about it.
I want to know about it.
Yeah. Love, bye.
Peace, y'all.